Hello, friends. I am here. Sorry to keep you waiting. How are you? Oh my goodness. Sorry, taking off my slippers. How are you? Flutter, hello. Exiled Faye, hello. Senator, I hope you're enjoying your work. Sorry, let me fix that a tiny bit. Tired but okay. I hope you guys had a fabulous week since the last time I've been here. I took a week off from writing as well as mostly from streaming. Just because I needed one. It was in the plan. It's going to be full speed ahead to the end of the year here. So breaks are very good, very important. It's going to be, and because it's going to be full speed ahead, for pretty much the rest of the year, I don't really have wiggle room in my schedule between now and December. So I took that week knowing that I was heading into the crunch time. Mindset Match, hello, how are you? I also did, for anyone who wasn't around last week and didn't hear this, I did get some, not the greatest news about my health. It's not like super bad or anything. But full disclosure, I've been pretty open about this. I have an autoimmune disorder called Graves' disease. Marathnon redeemed the glasses. Hang on, let me get them. I have an autoimmune disorder which is called Graves' disease. The way it essentially works is, I feel like way too intelligent talking about this with my glasses on. Essentially what happens is my immune system attacks my thyroid. That's the gland that's like right here in your throat, controls your metabolism. Mine appears to be fine, it's not swollen or anything, which is good. But because my immune system sometimes says, hey, you don't belong here for some bizarre reason, my thyroid actually overproduces the hormone that regulates metabolism. I have been under observation, sort of, like we've been monitoring my thyroid levels for almost 2 years. So for almost 2 years, my condition was getting better. My doctor, my endocrinologist, as he's called, my thyroid specialist, was not concerned because I seemed to be doing well and not really having any flare-ups. But I went for my blood work a couple weeks ago, and I got a call from the clinic, which is never what you want. If it's good news, they don't call you. And if it's not great, they do. So I had a very just frank and enlightening conversation with him on Monday, letting me know that my thyroid is starting to overproduce again. My thyroid hormone is elevated. Not like super crazily, apparently, but it's not what we want. So long story short, I'm going to be starting some medication here to hopefully control that. So if the next couple weeks are a little bit off kilter, if I end up having to push a few streams, I'm hoping that I won't really get side effects, or that I only get minor side effects, because the major side effects for this drug are not great. But if there's anything that pops up with getting used to that medication or getting adjusted, there might just be a couple streams that get pushed. I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty sure. Exactly. And I am committed to taking care of myself. I'm committed to doing what I need to do for this. Basically, sorry, getting a little hot. Basically, when he called, he was like, we can either keep monitoring or we can put you on the medication now, because at some point it's going to have to be treated, right? So we can either wait until it's urgent or we can do it now. Hey, Shinobi, how are you? AKA Zark, how are you? So I basically said, no, let's go ahead and do the treatment. Let's do it now before everything starts to get bad. Like, because some of the stuff that can happen with hyperthyroidism, which is what I have, is not the greatest. And I would really rather not have to go through that. I'd rather keep it under control before it gets out of control. So we talked about what medication is best for me, and we are choosing we're choosing that medication. I believe I'm just kind of waiting to hear from the pharmacy because he said they actually have to order my medication from Australia. Real talk, there's some not so great side effects potential for the medication that they're putting me on. There are some pretty serious side effects, but they're very, very rare. I think the chance of liver failure, which is one of the potential side effects of this drug, is like something like 0.03% to 0.5%. So very, very low. My doctor did not seem overly concerned about it when it came up in conversation. I've been doing a little bit of research on this medication just to know like what I'm getting into and what to expect and all that kind of stuff, just keeping myself informed. But hopefully what will happen is that I will take this medication for 12 to 18 months. And at the end of that time period, it's possible that I will enter a form of remission where my thyroid actually behaves the way it's supposed to behave, and no longer overproduces, and potentially it could stay in that state for quite some time. So that's the hope. That's what we're basically trying to achieve. And I figured it's good to, like I said, just get the treatment and do it now. Fingers crossed. Thank you so much. Self-compassion and pacing will be important. Exactly. So mainly the reason why I'm talking about this right now is, one, it came up last week before I had talked to my endocrinologist. So for anyone who is worried, don't be too worried. It's not a huge thing. I am on the scale of what could happen with what I have. I'm doing quite well. But I am going to be starting a medication, and I've talked to enough people who have started different medications to know that even if I don't expect it to be a big deal, it might catch up with me. I might have days where it's rough. So please bear with me if there are some upheavals in the schedule. I'm going to keep trying to stream 3 times a week, most weeks. I'm going to be, this week we're going to be finishing the first book of Everyone's Child, Someone's Errant Child. We're going to be finishing that hopefully on Friday. But I will, if I come to a day where I genuinely feel like I just can't do this right now, then my pledge to you guys is I will prioritize myself. I will take care of myself, and sit aside, right, if I need to. So apologies if that happens. I'm hoping it won't. At one point I wondered if the delayed parcel was the reason for wine, but this makes more sense. I mean, the wine was promised. I did promise you guys that I would do a stream where I drank wine and instead of tea. So it was promised. There was a whole saga last week where I had ordered something from the Critical Role Canada store, and the post office like redirected it to a town that's near mine. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't live there. But the package did get to me. It is here. Things have all safely arriven. Oh my gosh. I am trying to load my white noise, and it just doesn't want to work today. Yeah, everything that I've ordered has eventually gotten to me. The scissors are here. For anyone who heard that saga, the scissors are here. The progress is being made on the horse for Woof. It actually looks like a horse now, which I'm super excited about. Yes, the scissors are here. Little peacock scissors, because they remind me of Salus from the Celestial Serenade. So those are my little crafting scissors. Everything... Yeah, oh yeah, there's projects. For anyone who doesn't know, I work on this over on Flutter Streams on Friday. It doesn't look as blue in the camera as it looks like in person. All right, is this finally, let's see if we can make this work. Okay, it's actually playing-ish. And it stopped. Cool, great. Super excited. All right, we're getting there, maybe. We're maybe getting there. Be beating my sundress costume this Friday. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to see. That sounds like it's gonna require a fuck ton of patience. I'm hoping things get better soon. Yeah, hopening. I don't know where that word came from, but yeah, so everything that was ordered has finally arriven at the house. Again, another word that's not really a word. It's all here. There's just one more outstanding thing that Ghost and I are waiting on. We ordered a pair of advent calendars from Adventure Dice for this December. So those are still in process. Hello! I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading your name. Is it Dear Estes writing too? Is that right? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow. If my eyes are being weird and not seeing Dearest is writing. Maybe that's what it says. Look, I couldn't find the division between the words. Dearest is writing, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you? So yeah, if I can ever get my white noise to work for more than 3 seconds, we will definitely do a writing sprint here. I kind of wish I knew how to divide my, my sound on, OBS so that I could just load this on my computer because it loads so much faster. Are you kidding me? It just doesn't want to... I'll try it one more time, and if it doesn't work, I don't know. I've not had it have this problem before. Okay. Did we do it? I think I finally got my white noise to work. I know, when I watch other people stream and they just say whatever name, and I'm just like, well, I can't. I'm so worried that I'm going to say everyone's name wrong. Hope you're doing well as well, Dearest is writing. We're actually just about to start working now that I finally got my white noise working. And now you guys know pretty much everything that's going on with me. I did not take the week off because of health stuff. I had already agreed and decided that I would take a week off just because I don't take weeks off very often. And it just kind of happened that the health stuff happened at the same time. But it was good because I wasn't trying to like clear my brain and focus. It was kind of nice to have that space. So yeah, this is Everyone's Child. This is a series / book that I have done completely on stream. We did world building for this on stream. We did character creation on stream. We did outlining on stream. And now we have written the whole book so far on stream. Words are small. Today, I think that's enough. I think that's enough glasses time. I look weird without them now. Words are small today because we're on the last couple chapters of the book. I'm trying to keep a little bit of mystery involved in this so that people will hopefully have an interest in reading the finished product. So I'm keeping the ending a tiny bit secret. We're hopefully going to do 2 scenes today. There are 6 scenes left. in the entire novel. We're hopefully going to do 2 today, 2 tomorrow, and 2 on Friday. And then it will be completed. So excited about that. A little nervous because I don't entirely have a clear plan for most of the end of this novel. But here we are. I have to get my brain wrapped back around this because I haven't touched it in a week. We're going to be doing 20-minute writing sprints today. Hopefully 3 or 4 of them. And you guys have probably had enough of me yammering already today. So let me see. I think I'm writing from... No! What just happened? My white noise just reloaded for no reason. What is happening? Why you like this? Why you gotta do me like this? I thought it was working. Can't open this page? What? It opened the page and then it said it couldn't open the page. Are you kidding me? I wonder if I can load these through the app. This is so frustrating. I'm so sorry, you guys. I think I actually have to... very frustrating because I don't have this problem with this site when I use it on my computer, but I can't stream it. Hello, Vinyl! Lurking while Pew Pew, have a good stream. Thank you! Also, hello, Barefoot Turtle. Thank you for the hydrate. Technical difficulties. It's so bizarre that it, like, loads and then it says it can't load. I'm gonna check on this, hopefully, in between streams. Because I don't know why it hates my iPad so much. But here we are. It's working again, air quotes. Let's do... I was gonna try and orient myself on what I did the last time, because it's been a week since I touched this, but I think I'm just gonna have to go while it's working. What did I name this place? All right, let's have 20 minutes of, let's have hopefully 20 minutes of clicky clacks before everything goes wrong again. Incoming keyboard ASMR. Sushi! Enjoy, Exiled Fae. Sounds delicious. I haven't saved in a while. I better do that. it's break time. I did not even notice. I need to check my plan for this so I remember how far this is supposed to go. But I think this is a very good first half. Let's see. How many words did we do? Ooh, 1,111. 1111. Nice. Pretty good considering I didn't really know where I was starting with this one when I got into it. So yeah. Apparently never underestimate the ability of my brain to just meander into a scene. Is that what the oh my gosh is for, Flutter, or did something else happen? Did you get some good news? Lots of words? Yeah. I mean, I try to do 1,000 in every 20-minute sprint if I can. No guarantee that any of those words are high quality. Believe me, for this project, I've already been making a list of things that need to be changed. And I think, in fact, not tomorrow. I almost said tomorrow. Next week, probably Monday. They are definitely not all the best quality. Next week, probably on Monday, we're gonna do a stream where I'm actually gonna go through the outline. I'm gonna update it to match everything that I actually wrote, because there are some places where it's very not consistent anymore. And I'm gonna start making a bunch of red notes about things that need to be changed. I definitely need to change the plot pacing a bit. I definitely have some major changes that I want to make to Ciri and Jaelin's personal plots. And I definitely want to get more information about how magic works into the story in a couple of different places. So I've kind of already been compiling a list of things. This book is going to need some pretty serious edits. Now, I'm hoping, knock on wood, that I can get it done this year. I would really, really like to, by the time I go on vacation for Christmas in December, I would really like to have this first book be written, edited, and ready for my betas to look over. Now, there are a couple other things that are higher on the list of priorities. I have to get the next two Aravalia books written, so I have to get book 10 and book 11 of Aravalia written by the end of the year. They're quite long compared to some of the previous installments in that series, so that absolutely has to be done before this. But we'll see if my crazy plan to write 50k in 1 week works out. For the beginning of Nano, it might give me the time to actually do the edits for this. But either way, next week we're gonna sit down and just go over some of the plans for how to fix this book, and start making a bunch of notes. I meant to answer, how am I, as I have a story to tell. Ooh, what story? Look who it is! Someone who needs hydration! Thank you, Halo Banshee. How are you? A big hydrate and a stretch! Probably we're gonna make some tea in a few minutes, but I might try to do one more sprint before that. We will see. I'm wearing my Ghost Pepper shirt today. Represent. So yeah, I'm already sort of churning away at all the things that I've done incorrectly with the first installment of this book, so we'll see how it goes. Watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5 episode 17. Nice. We finished the last season and had some thoughts. Not all of them were generous. We also watched the end of She-Hulk and had some pretty strong feelings about how big of a train wreck that was. Yesterday, after waiting 4 months for a crucial meeting, I drove 11 hours and the airline canceled the flight of several key people and the head honcho wasn't even told we were coming. Wait, so you were waiting 4 months for this crucial meeting and it just fell apart at 11th hour? Did I cry? I didn't. There were a couple parts that I almost did. There was some really emotional stuff, in that season. But it also had a pretty major plot hole that drove me a little bit nuts through the whole thing. Which is a problem with plots that involve time travel. But there was some pretty good stuff. I kind of liked where they ended it. So, I mean, I definitely had some mixed feelings about, I kind of felt like they should have just done the last 2 seasons as one big season instead of 2 separate ones. I feel like that would have been better. But you know, they were given the time they were given. She was gracious enough to listen to us, but Grumpy, his own staff, had forgotten to brief him. Yep. Also, remember, as I said, I'm not a huge Marvel person, so everything I say about a Marvel thing, take with a grain of salt, except what I said about the end of She-Hulk, because that was an unmitigated disaster. I don't want to spoil that show for anyone who hasn't seen the end yet, but boy, oh boy, was it bad. It was so bad that Ghost, who actually does like all of the Marvel stuff, was like, he looked at me at the end and he was like, I almost told you to turn that off halfway through. And I was like, I know, but I was hoping it would get better. The reason they did it 2 separate was because they didn't expect to get greenlit for season 7. Yeah. Well, I noticed that they got like 2, because anything that is like, so for a regular, for a show that doesn't run straight to a streaming service, for a show that is regular TV, 13 episodes is like a half season, right? So a full season is usually between 22 and 24 episodes. And if they're doing a half season, it's because they usually mean to replace it during the second half of the season with something else. And sometimes shows start out as season replacements. Lucifer was like that. It started out as a season replacement, so it only had a half season for its first season, and then it got a full season for its next season. So it's interesting that they did 2 half seasons for it instead of just greenlighting it for a full, like, 6th season. But, I mean, people who make those decisions make weird decisions sometimes. Mindset Match, I'm so sorry that your meeting fell apart. That sounds awful. I hope you're able to, whatever the crucial thing was, I hope you're able to get it worked out. And sorted, because that's a long time to stress out about something and then have it kind of fall apart. But yeah, so Ghost and I have been watching The Orville now. We started watching The Orville. We just started season 2 of that, and we're really enjoying it. I'm at least really enjoying it. I think he's enjoying it. So, yeah. We also started watching Miss Marvel, which is definitely a teen-oriented show, but it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. So now you guys, now you guys know. We've also been watching Rings of Power, but we haven't gotten to watch the last episode yet. We're trying to keep current on we're trying to keep current on a bunch of stuff, and it's frustrating because like stuff that we're interested in will come out like rapid fire, so we'll have like 3 shows that we're watching at one time, and then we finish off all the seasons, and then it's like, well, what are we gonna watch now? While we wait for all those other shows to actually get another season. Alright, I'm wondering, I should probably do another sprint and then make some tea. Potentially. Yeah, we're caught up on Andor. I don't think we've seen episode 7. Because I think the last one we watched was 6. And 7 hadn't come out yet. But we're caught up on that. And enjoying it, but I kind of feel like they should have made them longer. I feel like instead of making them half-an-hour episodes, this is actually a thought that I have about, so we haven't watched 7, because we just watched The Eye. My feeling with a lot of the Marvel and Star Wars shows is that they should really be making the episodes longer. Andor was obviously shot, with 3-episode arcs, but because of the way that it's paced, it means there's basically 2 episodes where almost nothing happens, and then an episode where stuff happens, right? It would have been much, much better. Hey, Ghosty Gale, how are you? It would have been much, much better if they had just made them hour-long episodes, or even, I mean, each episode of Rings of Power has been 70 minutes. They should just make 70, 80-minute episodes. People will watch them. I would much rather have a long episode that feels satisfying than a short episode where it feels like nothing happens. And Andor is very, very good, but I'm afraid that a lot of people are going to give up on it because it takes so long for it to go anywhere. And I know that we've talked to a couple people who said, yeah, I watched the first episode and then didn't watch anymore, which is a shame. Because it's really good. But, like, we were not able to sit down and watch all 3 episodes at one time. We only watched 2 episodes in our first sitting. And it just, we were like, what's going on with this show? Nothing is happening. Because it took 3 episodes for them to do their intro arc. So I just worry. I just worry that people are going to be like, nah, boring. Which it's not. It's not boring. It's very interesting. And I really, really like Cassian. I would honestly just watch 1,000,000 episodes of his life, which we're not going to get, but... I mean, that's good, but they shouldn't be waiting till episode 7 to have a 50-minute episode if their pacing is the way that it is. One of my major criticisms of most of the new shows is that they just are not giving themselves enough time to tell the plots. If people are going to give up on it, I'm definitely not going to be one of them. I will happily watch the episodes. Yeah, but I mean, not everyone's going to do that, right? So I think they need to be a little bit more aware of the fact that, because all of these streaming platforms are struggling. People are talking a lot about how Netflix is struggling, but Disney's struggling too. Disney Plus is not making the dividends that they expected them to make. And I do think one of the problems is that their TV shows are not being as well received as they hoped they would be. And I feel like The Mandalorian really nailed it by having variable length episodes where they let some of them be long and some of them be short. And I kind of wish they would do that with more of the shows. So if I have one major criticism of a lot of the new Disney Plus shows, it's that I think they should be using more time for them. Although I don't know that would have saved She-Hulk. I can't I can't explain how much of a train wreck that show was without spoiling it, but oh boy, that was some bad writing. Which made me sad because I really, really, really enjoyed She-Hulk until the last episode, and then I still don't really understand what we watched. But if anyone hasn't watched the special that they did, Werewolf by Night, highly, highly recommend. It was very, very good. I'm so sad. Again, it was only an hour. I don't know why they didn't just make it a full-length movie because it was amazing. But if you like those old monster movies, it's super, like, it's a homage to old monster movies. It's super gorgeous. It's black and white, but you can tell that they put a lot of care and effort into the details. And it's just super beautiful and super good. I would love it if they came back and did more with that. But yeah, so enough about what I've been watching. Let's do some more clicky clackies. Man, though, we watched, I know I said enough about what we've been watching, but we watched all of For All Mankind, because we didn't discover it until there were 3 seasons out. And if you guys haven't seen For All Mankind, it's so good. It's basically about, if the Russians had won the space race to the moon, and sort of like an alternate history, kind of how it would have galvanized us to stay in the space race if we had had actual competition. And we discovered it after season 3, so we just watched all 3 seasons like in one mad rush, and it was so good. And they have been greenlit for season 4, but we have to wait for it, and I'm so sad because it's so good. It's so, so, so good. It's really good sci-fi. I don't know if I entirely think that their timeline is accurate, because they do have like people going to Mars in like the 90s, and I just don't know if I think that would have been realistic even if the timeline had been different. But it's still very, very interesting. Very, very cool if you're looking for good sci-fi. Whoops. Okay. 20 minutes of clicky clacky. Sometimes it only takes 3 tries to spell a word. we have a stretch. A Kroll Legend, thank you. And let's stretch them fingies, because they're working hard. How are you, Kroll Legend, my friend? What are you up to? Also writing? Nice! I hope the words are flowing for you. Oh, I need to look something up from earlier in the book. Rapid scrolling, rapid scrolling. All right, second sprint done. Not quite done with this scene yet, but pretty close. Just setting up for the ending, which is good. It means we can probably switch to the next scene in the next sprint, which will be chapter 18. Let's see. Where did we start? I think I started there. Hang on. I remember how much I wrote the last time, so... So I started somewhere around here. So 1,212 words. Should put us at around 2,274. I was gonna guess around 2,300, so pretty close. I don't think this particular scene is gonna last another 1,000 words. I think it's only gonna be probably 500 or 600, and then a scene break, which is exciting. For now, it's 4 o'clock. I'm gonna go pop the kettle on. I also need to check on, I've thrown dinner in the crock pot, so I need to check on that. So it might be a slightly longer than usual break just because I'm probably, instead of coming back while the tea is brewing, I'm probably just going to stay AFK, work on dinner a little bit, and be back. But it should only be like 5 or 6 minutes until I return. And then I will have tea, and then we will do more of this. I'm excited. I was really nervous about this chapter because I wasn't entirely sure how I was gonna do this. But it's flowing really well for me today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that will stay the same. And hopefully for all of you out there who are writing, it will hopefully be true for you as well, that words will flow. So I will be right back. There will be a little bit of an ad break during the break. But as I said, I shall be back relatively soon with tea. I have returned. Sorry about the extended break. But I had to tend a little bit of dinner. I'm not gonna lie. I threw some ingredients in the crock pot today. Like, I didn't really. I kind of sort of followed a recipe, but actually not really. And I basically just threw some chicken broth and some soy sauce and some spices and some chicken into the crock pot to create a meal. And I just tasted the sauce because the chicken is fully cooked. And oh boy, it has no business being as good as it actually turned out. So I'm really happy with it considering I just kind of threw it all together. So I've thrown some veg in there now. And when the lovely Ghost Pepper gets home, I'll make some rice to serve it over, and it'll be really nice. I love it when you just try and throw a dinner together and it turns out really good. Like, that's my favorite thing. Sorry, I'm just texting Ghost. Because he has rugby today. And I just want to know when to start that rice. And the nice thing is you didn't miss it all, Wolf. You only missed 2 sprints. We haven't even finished the first scene yet. Basically, I'll just make a big double batch of rice because the best thing about this thrown together meal is that it makes enough for 2 meals. So I will throw a serving of it into the fridge, and that will be the meal that we heat up on Tuesday before D&D. I had to meet up with some people at 5. I assume it was work related. Gonna get on and stream for the evening. Nice! Flutter. I will probably come hang out. Not until I'm done here, obviously. If you're starting now. But, yeah, I will definitely drop by when I get the work done. One was a resident, so I get them having a weird schedule. Ah, yes, that makes sense. That does make sense. Let's see how this tea is. I haven't really... So this tea is called Green Apple and Honey. It is very interesting. It does taste like green apple and honey. Very interesting. The last time I had a green tea from this particular company, it had a really waxy quality to it, like almost like tannins from like when you drink wine and it makes your throat dry after you drink it. And I was worried that that was like a quality of the green tea that they use, but this one doesn't have that. So maybe it was just that specific tea, or I may have oversteeped it. I still am not sure because I haven't gone back and tried it again. But this is really lovely, actually. I feel like that would make a really good iced tea. I don't want to use my usual method of steeping overnight because the green tea can get too bitter if it is steeped for too long. So I might try hot steeping it and just putting it over ice instead of like cold steeping it like I usually do with my when I steep a single cup of iced tea. But that's interesting. Very interesting. Woof, how was your day aside from having a late meeting? We are a little over 2,000 words in today. As you can see, words are small. Also, Woof, I don't know if you got to see, but look. Butt Stallion is coming along. Looks like a horse now, finally. I'm pleased that you can even see like where the lighter stitches end, like this stuff up here. Because that's harder for me to see, not on the camera. So I'm glad it comes through. I'm going to start the next friend. Sorry, I'm a little bit, that was a bit of a longer break than usual, and I'm just a little bit, okay, I gotta get my brain back in, out of food gear and back into writing gear. Which is sometimes harder than it sounds. Let's find our timer. Let's do 20 minutes of clicky clacking. May start relatively soon, so I'll alert for now. No worries, Flutter. Thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Good luck with your stream. Do you know what you're planning on doing tonight? I need to look up a name. I need to blow my nose. Hang on. More Fallen Order. Ooh, I'll definitely come lurk. I've seen that game like 3 times, but I love it. It's so cool to see how everybody reacts to the various parts of that game. And I'm very interested to see what happens when you get to a certain planet and encounter a certain character. So I've not played it myself, but I have watched several other people. I watched Ghost play it as one of the people. There are definitely some very challenging bits in that game. Also, I'm pretty sure the guy who is BD's friend was Master Braytak from Stargate. Oh, starting with a boss fight. Yeah, there are some parts of the game where the abysses are not all that easy to traverse, honestly. I do think that's one of the mechanics that the rope swinging mechanics are a little bit not as great as they should be for some of the things they want you to do. I'm trying to remember the details I set up in this outline. One thing in games that always gets me is heights and falling. Yes. I also get a little bit of motion sickness depending on the POV of certain games, which is one of the reasons why I've never played that game but watched people play it instead. Because if the motion sickness starts to get to me, I can just turn my head for a few minutes. Blue Rover, hello! Welcome, welcome! Thank you for the raid! Let's give you a shout out! Destiny 2! Hey, every raid is special. It doesn't matter what number comes at the end of it. Had the weirdest shout out glitch, like on your stream? Were you playing Destiny 2 today? It just had your clip play over and over, but the audio only. Oh my gosh, Ghost has been having so much trouble with his clip player too, he actually had to turn it off. So I wonder if it's the same one. His usually like freezes with the video freezes and only the audio plays, but then the video won't go away. How was Destiny 2 today? I'm sorry if I'm a little quiet because I'm in the middle of a spront here, but I will try not to miss anything in chat. It was alright. Halloween event is up. Oh, nice! I always liked Halloween events in games. Got to grind a bit for candy and kill a few fools. I'd still be playing, but alas, have D&D right now. Nice! Gonna fix a little dinner and hop in. Take care! Thank you so much for the raid. Enjoy the lurk and enjoy dinner. Scene 1 complete. Quick check. It is 2,711 words. Nice. Just about what I expected. Now, we're gonna start chapter 18. Won't get very much in. That's all right. Squanchy, hello! How are you? Many, many clacks today. Laurel, hey! Squanchy and Laurel, how you doing? What is up? How are you? I seem to always be running into new characters every other day. I'm doing pretty good. I'll give a more big update post sprint since there's like 30 seconds, but I'm doing pretty good. Shit, hang on. Sorry about that. That was my husband calling. Hopefully you guys can hear me again. That was my husband calling because he's running to the grocery store and he wanted to know what we needed. That didn't come through on our regular grocery order, and I didn't think I should have that conversation on stream. Please let me know if you guys can hear me, because I did panic mute myself for a second, and I'm always paranoid that the sound doesn't come back properly. Alright, that must mean that you can hears me. Perfect. How has my day been? My day's been pretty good. I worked on my other off-stream novel this morning, and I'm really happy with how that's going. Again, I'm making lists of things that need changed for it already. I'm only like 9 chapters into that one. But, it's going well. I did a bit of a, health update at the beginning of the stream. But for anyone who missed, the opening of the stream and is worried about the stuff that I mentioned last week, just a quick update. I did have a call with my endocrinologist on Monday. Fancy doctor title, I know. But he is the gentleman helping me look after my thyroid. I have an autoimmune disorder called Graves' disease, which basically makes my immune system, my white blood cells, attack my thyroid and makes my thyroid overproduce. So I have been, for most of the last 2 years, I've been doing blood tests to monitor my thyroid levels, and my last test came back abnormal. More abnormal than previous. And my doctor thinks that it's time to treat, so I'm going to be getting on some anti-thyroid medication. And I did this at the beginning of stream, but just heads up if there are any streams that get suddenly pushed or rescheduled, or if there's a day that I just can't do it for whatever reason, that's why. I'm going to be starting some new medication, and I don't necessarily know how it's going to impact me. Hopefully not at all or minimally, but if I need to tend to my health for some reason, I absolutely 100% will do that. So just a quick update on me for people who may have heard the first half last week before I had talked to my endocrinologist and are wondering how that went. It's not necessarily bad news. I mean, obviously the best news would have been if my thyroid wasn't overproducing and I didn't need to go on medication. But in terms of how things are right now, I don't have a lot of symptoms of what we would expect if it starts to get really, really bad. My dosage for the medication will be low as a result of that, so hopefully it'll be minimal disruption, maximum benefit to treat my condition, and hopefully I go on this treatment for 12 to 18 months and then enter a form of remission, and hopefully my thyroid behaves after that. That's the goal. I've got a Valkyrie and her Einrahar, I think that's how you say that, buddy to deal with on top of everyone else in Hell's Project. Nice! Look, I didn't think you guys wanted to listen to me list the groceries that I needed Ghost to pick up from the store. Also, he's going to be home earlier from rugby than I expected, which is fine, but I still got a scene to finish. The setup for this scene is pretty much done, but now I need to sort of dig into the meat of it. Sorry, zoned out for a minute trying to think about what I'm gonna do with this scene. I might just pop into the other room, like, super, super quick to reheat my tea, because it's down to a level where the warmer will handle it better now. And then we're gonna do another sprint pretty quickly, because in case I need 2 more of them to finish this scene, I am getting on to the point where I need to not necessarily rush, but at least be focused. So give me just like 40 seconds here. Just trying to make sure that my iPad doesn't turn off while I'm reheating my tea, because then we have to fight with my white noise for the 3rd time today. I'm back. More characters coming out of the woodwork means project is going smoothly and my method of writing that I've been trying is working. Yeah, that's great to hear. I mean, it's nice when the creativity flows without having to really push it. Okay. Disruption managed. Ghost felt so bad when I told him that I like paused stream to talk to him. He was like, I didn't realize I was calling in the middle of the stream. All right, let's do 20 more minutes of clicky clackies and see where that puts us. Let's see how close that puts us to the end of this scene. I love sushi, but I could live without the seaweed burps. I feel you. Sushi is amazing. But, yeah, seaweed, yeah. If it didn't revisit, that'd be nice. Hey, Salties, how are you? I'm thinking Hell's Project might end up being one of those books where there's one main narrator character and then someone else narrates for like one chapter and then it's back to the main narrator. Hey, I mean, if that's what's working for you, go for it. currently rereading Queen of the Damned. Nice. I have not read that one. Sorry, blew past the timer a little bit there, but that went pretty well. Where did I start? I don't remember where I started this sprint, yo. I think it was... I think it was here? I don't honestly remember. Probably that was too much. Let's just see how long this scene is, because I don't think I had written very much of it before. 1,704 words. Not bad, not bad. That puts us at a pretty high total for the stream so far. $4,417 words already, and not quite done yet. Pretty happy with that. I think I'm almost at the end of this scene. I don't know if I can finish it in 10 minutes. But I could give it a go. I could do a half sprint and see where that gets me. I definitely have an endpoint in mind for this chapter, so... Sorry, the gears in my brain are turning. Arya feels like the kind of character that's good for narrating directly to the reader. She's just with Hellsgroup for a lot of the books, so it doesn't feel like it makes sense to do a whole other book. That makes sense. I mean, side characters are a thing. I definitely have characters in the Aravalia Chronicles who are present throughout and have their own things going on, but it fades into the background at times because they're not main characters, which makes me sad because they're main characters in my heart, but not every character can be a main character, unfortunately. But it's good to have a solid cast of side characters who support your main character and who also have their own things going on. Because even though we fall in love with characters and some of us would like to read about every second of their life, it would be kind of boring if that was what every book was. Oh my goodness. All right, let me think. I actually don't think I'm that far from the end of this scene. So what I might do, because my brain is buzzing wanting to get this finished, and it is about time to wrap up stream, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a half sprint. I'm gonna turn on my break timer and do 10 more minutes of clicky clackies and see if that gets me to the end. Because I'm kind of at that point where I see that straight line to the end of the scene and I kind of want to see if I can just get it to fall out of my head. So let's do that. Not trying to ignore you, chat, just in the flow. So let's see how 10 more minutes of clicky clacking goes. You think you lost your project, Salties? Did you have a hard drive die on you? Is that what happened? The whole project? That's never good. Losing data is never good. There's an update right now on Scrivener. Okay, well, hopefully once it's done updating, it will open for you properly. I hope so. Fingers crossed, because it's never good to lose stuff. Gonna head to the office soon. Been good to share my journey. Mindset Match, thank you so much for hanging out. I know time zones are difficult for you to make it difficult for you to come to stream, so I really appreciate it. I was in chapter 3 or 4. This happened twice. Oh no, that sucks. Real salties, I'm so sorry. I thought the whole point of Scrivener was that it backed up that kind of stuff. You have it. That's such a relief. I'm glad to hear that. That's why it's important to always back up your stuff in several locations. I'm just going to turn off the timer. I'm almost done, so I'm just going to finish this last few paragraphs. Exile Faye, thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a good day. Alright, that's where I'm gonna end that scene. I might have to fiddle with the breaking in here because there may have been sometimes I go a couple paragraphs too far in a scene before I realize that I should have just stopped at a more intense part. But there we go. That is 2 scenes done. I'm pretty happy with how these went considering how little of a plan I had when I started. The second scene is 2,589. And I think the first one was 2,700, so I believe we probably wrote over 5,000. 5,302. I'm pretty happy with that. Also, glad to know that I can write 5,000 words in this particular time frame because I'm going to be doing a lot of that during the first week of Nano. I'm going to be doing a 50K in 7 days challenge, and my goal is to be able to write 5,000 words in a session, which is not my usual goal and feels a little bit crazy. So it's nice to know that it may actually be achievable on some level. That's it for me today. I'm actually going to wrap up stream here because my lovely Ghost Pepper is home. And I would like to go speak with him and welcome him home and see what kind of day he had. So let's see who's doing stuff on Twitch. Let me just close this quickly and switch my headphones back. Let's see who is around. Oh yes, there is a special Game of Tomes event going on at this very moment. Where they are going back over the lore from the most recent tourney. So check that out. Let's see, is anyone actually... Oh, they might be... They've been going for about 4 hours, so they might be almost done over a Game of Tomes. Let's see. Who is up to what stuff? Oh, our friend Jay Chili is hoping for a Silent Hill announcement. Sorry, I'm just waiting for a few things to load here. I think we're gonna drop in on Travis Tavern today. He is working on audiobook editing. Someone we haven't dropped in on in a while. One of the first members of the writing community that I actually encountered because Ghost randomly raided him one day and it was super awesome. So we're gonna check that out. Nice, cool, chill place for you guys to continue working for anyone who is on sprints. I actually feel like I was a bit more focused on the work today, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but means that I feel like I wasn't quite as rowdy with the chat as usual. So, I hope you guys had a fun time. I know this was my first stream back after a bit of a break, so it was just nice to reconnect with you guys. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with more of this exact same story. We're going to write 2 more scenes, and then we're only going to have 2 scenes left for Friday morning. So both Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be streaming, roughly around 10 a.m., give or take. Like I said, I've got this stuff going on. I'm also trying to get back into my regular exercise routine. So if I'm a few minutes late, I apologize. But that's going to happen. We're going to finish this book. It's so exciting. And I can't wait to do the end on stream. Take care, you guys. I'm just going to get this raid going. Please feel free to use any emotes that make you happy, but you can, of course, use those octopus and dragon emotes if you are subscribed to me. I hope that you guys all take care. You're so awesome. I really just appreciate you guys. I was a little bit rusty yesterday and today writing for the first time after a week-long break, but I definitely feel like I'm shaking off the cobwebs and getting back to it. So it was just nice. It was just nice to get back into this project. I'm super excited about it, even though it needs a ton of work. Please take care, you guys. I hope I see you guys all tomorrow, and if not, take care until I see you. You're all the best.